Welcome back to Super Mario Galaxy 2. We are now going to Flipsville, which has a very meh gimmick.
Oh wait, this is like the mazy like one, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't mind it too much.
It also has a very wholesome town and house feel.
Oh no, it looks like it's taken straight out of Leave It to Beaver, so you know.
Yeah.
There's that.
I was trying to
remember
put
that
it
episode in
diplomatic.
Leave It to Beaver that had those gravity switching mechanics.
Oh man.
And then everybody learned an important lesson about collecting power stars. No.
Man, you know, I used to spend a fair amount of time over at like my grandparents' house and stuff when I was younger, so I have a fair amount of experience with wholesome 60s, 70s television show stuff.
It's funny when you think about back in the day, the Brady Bunch was actually relatively subversive because it's a step family. Like back then, that was like shocking.
Yeah, that was subversive. Yeah, we're talking about a time when a husband and a wife on a TV show were not allowed to sleep in the same bed.
Yeah.
Well, except for Fred and Wilma.
No, I think they got a lot of controversy about that. Which is it's weird to think about when you think
Husband
about
and wives don't actually sleep together?
No, because that would mean sex, and sex is bad.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What are we, Puritans?
At that point, you shouldn't be allowed to portray children existing.
Well,
Yeah, it's like other babies. Where do babies come from? The stork, honey. They came from the stork.
funny thing is that there's a lot of biblical movies from around that time period because directors wanted to do edgy stuff. So they did Bible stories because there's a lot of sex and violence in the Bible, and they had to stay true to Scripture, don't you know? And so I forget the name of the agency, but that was like one of the only ways that they could get the agency to let them do stuff like that.
It just occurred to me that what sparked this tangent was simply the fact that we're playing a level with, you know, plank walls and white picket fences. And that's like the only relevance at all.
Relevant enough for me.
Need we have any other requirement? And
We
by
could-
the way, you're not Luigi. You can't make that jump without Luigi.
What jump is he trying
One
to make?
I tried to do earlier.
He's trying to sequence break.
But you need Luigi's extra height.
Yeah.
Can Luigi
yeah,
jump
extra height.
farther than Mario due to his extra height?
Yes.
Or okay,
Mhm.
okay, so
He has a longer long jump and he has a higher jump.
okay,
At the cost of having less traction.
yeah. But if you're playing the game well, you don't really need.
No, that's not a problem, and I constantly run in circles to mitigate that issue anyway.
You sort of did that in a really bass-ackwards order there.
It works.
Oh, it's one of those crisscrossy wooden fence things back there. I haven't seen one of those since I was 15.
Oh, this.
This asshole.
Oh, oh yeah. You have to pull. You have to do something like this in Sunshine a lot too, if I remember correctly.
What
for
is with Mario just constantly attacking these poor innocent monsters who aren't doing anything?
They have what I need.
Yeah, that's exactly what it
How
is.
does Mario know they have what he needs?
If I can
Look,
beat them
it's
up and
just
they have
kind
something I
of
need.
It's just kind of an assumption at this point, okay? Every other creature that Mario attacked released the Power Star after defeat. And I think it goes without saying that this big thing has a Power Star. Hopefully a Grand Star. Save me a backtrack.
Sort of spits out Super Mario Sunshine paint, though.
what would you?
Oh,
But John,
you're
what
right.
about all the stuff that you kill that only has star bits or a coin?
Yeah, they're tiny, though.
But Bowser Jr.'s tiny, and he gives you grand stars.
But I beat his big robot.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, I was half expecting that to be another angry cutscene just now. It sort of looked like it was about to rage and storm, but no, then it just explodes.
Yay, shiny thing.
What I want to know is that does anything really die in Mario?
Yeah, they go to the well, their games are over and they go to the underwear.
Like that's Paper Mario universe, though. I'm talking about like main Mario universe.
Well, booze exists, and booze would exist because things are dead, because they're ghosts.
Can't argue with that logic.
But what about dry bones?
Yeah, they're just reanimated. They're basically Koopa zombies. So, yep.
Oh God.
I forget.
What about dry bone piranhas?
I don't know.
Checkmate.
Oh
Blah,
wow,
blah,
Rosalina, 50 whole star bits. Man, you're so generous. Oh wow.
Bitch, you
Man,
cheap!
That reminds me when I was a little kid and my allowance was 50 cents.
Oh, wow.
You got an
Jesus
you
Christ.
got an allowance? I didn't even get an allowance.
So you're telling me that the bullies who tortured you by throwing money at you gave you a bigger payout than what your parents did?
Yeah, actually.
Man, Jersey's fucked up.
Alright, here we
So
go.
this is the third time we have to watch this level.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
within 2 parts. You know, I kind of wanted the Goomba to push you into the pit there.
The amount of times we visit this level is super massive.
Can you kill that piranha plant?
Not that I know of.
That I would dare try it.
Well, I
And you
mean,
would think it'd be like a one-hit kill, but it's actually not. It just hurts.
you could probably spin into its side relatively easily. I mean, you can kill
Yeah,
the
but-
Goombas without any problems.
But this is just speedrun, right? It's not
Yep.
not fast folk comment. Just fucking wall jump off the bat. You get to the damn launch star faster.
Not really.
There's stuff up there.
I don't need it.
There's no other way to kill
Boring.
these Koopas
Nope.
other than the drill, right?
Okay, go. Let's tell how you really feel, Lewis. Come on, I'm pretty sure you got maybe like 96 other Lord of the Rings tangents to bring up, so just reach into your Lord of the Rings well and pull one out right now.
Lord of the Rings?
You gotta think about it. Fuck.
I can't think of anything I can't think of anything even
We had a Leave It to Beaver tangent
yeah,
just
but-
fucking
but
6 minutes ago.
There were white picket fences. Also, I didn't bring that up. Like, oh, yeah.
Wait,
you know what?
Ryan, you're in charge of this commentary. You bring something up.
I can think of a tangent. Like,
No,
for some
Ryan
reason
must
in the
learn.
Hobbit movies, they added fucking giant rock golem things to the mountain section. I'm like, where the hell did those come from? What? A stormy mountain pass wasn't exciting enough for you? You had to add giant rock golems having a rock'em sock'em robots fight?
Oh,
You made
goodness.
us watch that whole thing and then you... Okay, thank you for editing.
No. Screw you for not editing enough. That's what we should really say.
I was gonna say, if we had to sit through the level a 4th time, I was about to blow my top.
You do have to get the green stars.
He's
Oh,
right.
fuck. You're right.
Can we not get the green stars?
Too late, I already recorded it.
Ah, shit. Well, hold on a minute. I recorded Trauma Team, and we never ended up doing that game.
We don't
but-
do visual novels.
It's not a visual
That's not
novel.
even, it's not even a problem that it's a visual novel. And he's right. It's not exactly visual novel. Is that playthrough was like 60 fucking parts long.
64. 64.
Oh, Christ. I mean, I know we've done Final Fantasy IX, which I think is our longest commentary to date.
Yeah.
Unless I'm mistaken.
Easily. Easily our longest. Until we do, like, Final Fantasy X, which would probably be even longer. Or maybe Kingdom Hearts?
Not necessarily. No, Kingdom Hearts will be less than 60 because if I'm recording, for
John knows what he's
BrainScratch-
doing.
Well, no, not even that. I mean, the reason why the SGB playthrough went on to nearly that long is because we didn't really edit out a lot of battles because everything was done live.
Well, yeah, because you guys were always talking, so it's not like...
Yeah.
So you have
but for
stuff.
BrainScratch stuff, we don't need to watch redundant as shit battles.
What are we doing back in here again?
Getting another star.
Yeah, this is the second mission of
Flipsville.
Yeah.
Why are we playing Mario?
For some reason, it's gotten a lot dirtier. Maybe this is symbolic for that whole subversive era.
This season
you know.
6 rot of Leave It to Beaver. Where they started going way off topic with what the show was originally intended to be.
So what was their jump the shark moment?
Something about the Cold War or something like that.
Oh man, social commentary. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, that's one thing Lord of the Rings never had, social commentary. It was just a story for the fuck of it. People thought it had social commentary, but all of that stuff was stuff he was writing into the story before that stuff was relevant because he took so goddamn long to write it.
Well, let's think about when Lord of the Rings was first written, and that we're talking a long time ago, so... Wait, when was Lord of the Rings written?
I think Tolkien went to war while he was writing it, so...
Which war?
I don't remember.
I think one.
Yeah,
Well,
because, like,
The Civil War.
Well, you know,
They were
I'm
like-
gonna, as the resident English major here, I'm gonna point something out. Just, you know, a lot of people, you know, make fun of the, like, you know, the curtains are fucking blue thing, and, you know, you're right about that.
Oh,
but just
Purple
because
Prose. Purple Prose.
Yeah, because, like, you know, what the teacher says it means the curtains are blue because it symbolizes the character's sadness.
Curtains could just be fucking blue.
Yeah, I know, that is true, but with that said, just because the author put something in there that, like, just because the author, like, didn't intend for there to be symbolism in something doesn't mean that it's not there if you find it. I guess, if that makes sense. Basically, if you find something in a book or a movie or whatever, if you can justify it meaning something, then it can mean that to you. The author
I
is not
shouldn't be graded on a teacher's opinion of that.
Oh no, if you're being graded on your teacher's opinion, you have a shitty teacher. But
Welcome to all English teachers.
well, no, not all of them. I've got some pretty decent professors this year. But
well, the thing is with the blue curtain thing, it's not so much the English teacher that the specific English teacher that's to blame for that. It's just that lesson has been perpetuated from English class to English class through generations for so long that everyone thinks it was intended by the author. But I can't really find any corroboration for that besides the fact that English teachers teach it.
You know what we need? An I Am the Walrus comparison of a book.
there's an Isaac Asimov story where Shakespeare comes to the future and takes a course on Shakespeare and fails.
But, you know, the reason I say that there was no intentional social commentary in The Lord of the Rings is because Tolkien himself said there was no intentional social commentary.
Well, that said, though, his viewpoint was obviously shaped by being at war, because that's just something that happens. So if people see it in there, then that doesn't necessarily mean that reading of the book
actually
is invalid.
addressed this point in, like, the foreword to one of the editions that, you know, it's I think it's the foreword that you'll find in every edition that's ever been printed after that point, where he was writing the story from around the time he finished The Hobbit, I think, or maybe sometime after that, to and I'm not sure to what extent his, like, I can't recall the foreword to mind. I'm not sure to what extent he said he was influenced, but the idea for the War of the Ring was always in his head to begin with.
Bees!
I got it.
There's no real way to segue from the Lord of the Rings to a B level.
There's no bee monster in Middle Earth?
There is, in fact, a bee-related Lord of the Rings tangent. The Hobbit movies had giant bees in Beorn's house. There.
Wait,
That's the
guy's
entire
name was
tangent.
Bjorn?
No, Beorn. Beorn is more how it's pronounced. He's the bear guy, not the
Oh,
bee guy.
oh, man, I've just reminded of one of my favorite Dragon Quest puns. Okay, so in Dragon Quest V, at one point, there's a monster you have to fight, and his name is Bjorn the Behemoth. Not Behemoth, Behemoth. And after the game, you can get him to join your monster team, and his name then, since he's a reincarnation, is Rebjorn. I fucking love Dragon Quest. It's amazing. So yeah. Yeah, that's probably a game we'll never do, because none of you guys have played Dragon Quest. I really hope those 3DS remakes are good.
Fiddlesticks. I hate when that happens. Now you gotta go all the way down. Oh wait, no, there's a beat thing
Like,
now.
I gotta try 10 feet back!
How inconvenient.
It's kind of a remix of Bomb on Battlefield with the water droplets.
Oh,
coming out.
Now you gotta go all the way down.
You know, that's one place where you'd actually want some Castlevania knockback because of the fact that you fell straight down. You couldn't land on any of the. You like landed straight past. You fell straight past all this stuff. Oh, these things from Gusty Garden Galaxy. I like these things.
Why do you need one of these when you can fly?
It's too far.
I'm pretty sure you could make it if you mash the A button. Because you
Probably.
get a lot of distance and you're pretty high up. So.
No, it's like even when you're not actively flying, your fall is so floaty that you don't really.
B Mario doesn't have as much horizontal push as regular Mario does, but you can do a Silver the Hedgehog and mash the fly button in order to get. Excuse me, in order to
Extra
get
horizontal distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, you can't wall jump.
Yeah, B Mario's kind of lame.
You can't wall jump. You can't backflip jump. I think I saw Ryan trying to do at the beginning of this level when he couldn't make the cliffside.
Your spin is also greatly. I think that the spin's range is also not nearly as good, and you don't get lift from it anymore.
Yeah. Because again, they're just not much of a fan of Galaxy 1's power-ups.
Ow.
I'm trying to think. B Mario, like, I don't mind it. It's fun. It's fun. I love Boo Mario. I think Boo Mario is the most underutilized power-up in that game. But thankfully, at the very least, B Mario is not very prominent.
An itchy spot on your back this time. Okay, that's an improvement.
Is it really?
Does she still go, oh, yeah, whenever you climb all over her, though?
Well, you know, the most suggestive thing you can probably get out of that is a massage. So.
No, you can have Mario in Galaxy 1
know.
climbing on her crotch region, and she'd be like, "Ooh,
Yeah,
that
it's like
feels
you
nice."
you gotta get real close to that B cooch.
If
you know what I mean.
If I remember, something like that was a caption contest in Nintendo Power. Oh
They
my
knew
God,
what they
it's
were
not
doing.
that hard to step on these things, Ryan.
Homing stomp. Or you could spin them.
Well, I mean, I get wanting to stomp on them because he was low on health, but like Jesus.
Yeah. You spin them, they get stars. You stomp them, they get coins. Which, does that mean that star bits can transform into coins if they're tightly compressed?
Well,
Like how coal can become diamonds?
I think Mario coins just are a thing that exists, so you're thinking about it too hard, John.
I'm trying to add some, you know,
Somewhat.
shit.
Okay, you see, admitting is the first step to recovery.
I'm just trying to give some added lore to the Mario mythos.
The red of his hat symbolizes.
Yeah. Now, what about his blue curtains?
As a matter of fact, since this is a Japanese game, the color red might have been chosen deliberately because I seem to recall red being something to do with heroes.
No, red was picked for Donkey Kong just so that because it stood out more. Mario has a mustache because it's easier to animate than a mouth, and overalls are easier to distinguish.
No distinguish between a shirt and pants.
You see, Donkey Kong's tie is red because it symbolizes Miyamoto's anger and frustration for not getting his name out there in the video game universe sooner than he could.
He didn't get
John,
his tie
John.
until Donkey Kong Country,
And then
which
in
wasn't made by-
And then in an interview 10 years after that, Miyamoto clarifies that it was actually because red was his favorite Power Ranger.
No, well, first off, Ryan, actually, Donkey Kong got his red tie in Donkey Kong for the GBA, but seriously, like, Donkey Kong got his tie, like, about 10 years, no, wait, 80, like, over 10 years after Donkey Kong, the character, was created, so.
Did you say GBA? I think you meant Game Boy.
Yeah,
Game Boy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It's a really good game, by the way. You should play it because it's kind of underappreciated. Yeah.